Hey kiddos, it is time for Home Practice 38B. This is an advanced lesson. That means that instead of just blending the consonant vowel consonant, we now have two consonants together. That makes these words a little more challenging. So we have to focus and make sure that we're saying all the sounds in the correct order. Okay, I'm going to give you a second to sound this out on your own, to blend it, and then I will tell you the word. Okay, for this word, we're going to say flag. And to make sure that we do not accidentally mix up the sounds, let's say I'm saying falg, and I know, goodness, that doesn't sound like a real word, or I'm reading a story and it doesn't make sense in the story. I'm going to make sure that I put all these sounds in the right order. So I'm going to start here and add the fl, and I say that part. Now I'm going to add another sound, fla, and I stop right there, fla. Now I go back to the beginning and I can say the whole word, flag. You're not going to blend like that on every word, but that is a strategy to use if you are having a hard time keeping all the sounds in the right order. Okay, give this one a try. So this is mass, and I'm going to say mass and then add that last sound. Mask, mask. That's going to help me not accidentally say the k first, which makes it max. Okay, try this one. Okay, this is slip, slip. Hin, hint, hint. Pla, plot. Lost, lost. Do you see this is coming before the sometimes kids see this, they want to say lots. Make sure you are reading always left to right. Lost, lost. All right, and now we are going to spell those words. Okay, first we are going to spell the word flag. If I pound and sound, I hear flag, flag, flag. Okay. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to turn the page. I just meant to erase it. So I'm going to erase this one. Okay, now we're going to spell mask. Let's pound and sound mask. Ass. And I want to make sure I'm going left to right and saying the sounds as I write. Mask. 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 There you go. And let's say I'm having a hard time with that. I'm going to do my sound boxes. Ask. Ask. Okay, if you need to do the sound box, if you've given it a try, you can't get it, try the sound boxes. That's a great strategy. All right, next we're going to spell slip, pound and sound, slip, slip. Let's do sound boxes. Slip. Okay, go ahead. Slip. Do make sure you're pausing the video and giving it a try and then pressing play to see the answer. Whoop, I keep doing that. I keep flipping the page. Don't mean to flip the page yet. Okay, sorry. All right, and then hint, int. Pause if you need to. Hin, hint, hint. Okay, we don't want to try to remember the letters all at once. We want to be using sounds to spell. Okay, next is plot, pound and sound, plot, p, lot. Pause if you need to. Let's write it. P, 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 plot, plot, plot. Erase that. And now lost. And again, we're not going, oh, I've seen that word before. I remember what it looks like. I'm going to write the letters I know that's in it. That's not spelling, that's remembering and guessing. When we spell, we use our sounds. So lost, l, ah, lost. And finally, lost, lost. Okay, sometimes if we try to remember what it looked like, instead of using our sounds, we might write this because it's got a lot of the same letters, but this word is lot, lots, lots. Lots and lost do not mean the same thing. Okay, now we're going to move on to our irregular words. These are our heart words, and we're just going to do a quick practice of these because this is the third day that we've worked on these words, and you already knew so many of them anyway. So we're going to spell the, we pound and sound, the. I hear two sounds. I hear th, th. Pause if you need to, th. That sound in the word the is spelled with an E. We have to remember both of those parts by heart. Okay. All right, the next heart word is the word I, like myself. I, good, that should be just a capital letter I, and it is always capitalized when it's the word I. Okay, the next one is a. Sometimes when we're reading, we will say a, but usually when we're speaking, we will say a. How do you spell the word a? It's one sound and it is just the letter A. Oops. Okay, next we're going to spell the word said. 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 I hear three sounds. I hear s, ed. Okay, go ahead and spell st. Right, that should be an S. This is a heart part. It is unexpected that these letters will say eh. It is an A and an I is saying eh instead. Ed. And of course a D spelled. Good. And if we start it with a C first, we're probably not going to write it backwards. So that's a good tip. All right. Next, we're going to write the word to, t, oo. It's got two sounds. And somebody asked in class, what kind of two is this? And we are spelling to like we are going to the playground. That was such a good question. T, oo. Do you remember how oo is spelled in this word? Right, it's an O. T, oo. Good. You got to remember that O by heart because we don't expect an O to say oo. Okay, the next word is do, d, oo. So you've got d, oo. D is spelled with a D. D, oo. Oo in this word, just like in to, is spelled with just an O. Oh, you know, and I haven't been rewriting them. We should, but we're just practicing today. All right. Next is the word of. This whole word is a heart word. Both parts are ones that you have to remember by heart. Of. V. The in of is spelled with an O. V. The v in of is spelled with an F. Both of those you have to remember by heart. Of is O-F. And this is a different word than off, which has two F's and is pronounced off. Okay, next is the word see. See. S, E. It's got two sounds again. S, E. S. That should be spelled with an S. S, E. This is spelled with two E's. Very good. And I know one of our friends mentioned maybe one of the E's is silent, and you could certainly look at it that way, but also we're going to learn that EE can say E, so we'll learn that later on in the year. All right, next is the word he, e, E, spelled with an H, E, and in this word, it's just one E to spell he. Next, we're going to spell B, and that follows that same pattern. So B, E, and this is B like what do you want to be when you grow up, not a bee like a honeybee. B, B, E, and remember a good way to remember how to make that B facing the correct way is a B always starts with the line, just like our mouth makes a line when we first make the B sound, B. Okay, and then we're going to spell me, E, E, is spelled with an M, me. This follows the same pattern as he and B. It is an E making the E sound. Me. Okay, erase that. And now we're going to spell from. From. This one has 4 sounds. Say the sounds while you make your boxes. And make those boxes connected because the sounds are connected. F, fur, R, fur, oh, that's the heart part. How is that spelled? It's spelled with an O. We don't expect that. We have to remember it by heart. From. All right. And that is the end of our irregular words for today. So next comes word work, which is always so much fun. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start by getting out from our letters. Let me make sure I have the arrow tool. Grab a P, an O, an N, and a D. I'm going to give you a second to sound that out. Remember to add one sound at a time if you get consonants mixed up. Okay, this word is on pond. Now I want you to change pond into bond. Pause if you need to. Okay, pond, b, on. I need to change this into a B. B, bond, bond. Good. Now I want you to change this O into an A and read the new word. Band, band. Good. Now that A, remember, goes up into your nose to get ready for the N, but and band. All right, and now I want you to change band into land. Give you a second. Okay, pause if you need more time. And I want land, so this is the sound that needs to change. Land. Whoops. Oh, that happens all the time, doesn't it? I need to grab the L, not the whole box. There you go. Land. Good. Okay, now we're going to start over. So I'm going to reset my page, and I want you to get out an F. I did it again. There we go. Get out your F, your L, your A, and a P. Pause if you need to. Okay, and read the word to yourself. Flap, flap. Okay, now we're going to turn flap into slap. Slap. Okay, this is the sound that's going to change. I just need to grab that F. There we go. Slap. So I need to add an S to it. There we go. Slap. And when I do that, I'm going to sound it out and make sure that I have it right. Okay, now I want you to change this A to an I. And you're going to read that read the new word to yourself. Slip. There you go, slip. All right, and finally, I want you to turn slip into slit. Which sound has to change? Slit. This is the one that's no longer matching. Slit, slit. I now need a T there. Oops. There we go. All right. And that is it. Now we're ready for a sentence. All right. Pause if you need to grab something to write with. We are going to write the sentence. It is not the last stop. So say it while we write our lines. It is not the last stop. It is the first word. It. Oh, hopefully you already caught something. It is. It is. It is not. Not. Try it. Ought. Ought. All right, let's read. It is not the. 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 It is not the, what was this word? Last. I'm going to use sound boxes because every now and then I'm going to use them when I need a little extra help. L, a, st, l, la. Write it down. Don't wait for me. Remember, you want to exercise your brain, not just your hand. Last. Good. Last. It is not the last stop. Stop. That has a lot of consonants. I'm going to do some sound boxes again. Do them with me. Ah. There we go. Now fill in the letters. Okay. Right? And now, of course, this isn't the way we write a sentence, so we're going to rewrite it. Thinking about our caps, we need to start with a capital, it. We're going to write as neatly as we can, leaving spaces between words. It is not the last stop. Stop. And I'm going to end with a punctuation mark. And this is how I checked up top to make sure all my words were spelled right. So I made sure I used my sounds. So this was good spelling right here. My handwriting's not super neat because it's hard to write on a touch screen, but I know you used your best handwriting for that part. All right. And now let's do one more sentence. And that sentence is the kids got to camp. Okay, let's say it while we make our lines. The kids got to camp. The. Go ahead and write the. The. Kids. 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 Id. See how I don't have to worry about my boxes being perfect? They're a tool. Id. Kid. Z. Oh, but this time it's an S making that Z sound. S actually makes Z sound quite a bit. All right. The kids got. The kids got. G. T. The kids got to. Ooh, remember that was a heart part. It's an O spelling ooh. The kids got to camp. I want to do sound boxes for this because I'm hearing a lot of sounds in there. So camp, camp, camp. Now I'm really going to concentrate because it's so easy to mix up that p and but we want to put them in the right order or it'll be a different word. So this is spelled with a C. That's an A going up into my nose, isn't it? Nasalized A. Camp, camp, camp. So the P's at the end. Now I'm going to rewrite my sentence neatly. The kids got to camp. And that sounds like just a telling sentence, so that can be a period. And that is the end of 38B. Good job, boys and girls.